The Louisiana Territory came from Napoleon, and he won $15 million. The territory was bought April 30th, 1803. This doubled the size of the United States. The U.S. territory was bought for the big land and so farmers would have more farm grounds. However, the Lewis and Clark expedition didn't start until about a year later in 1804.
Thomas Jefferson planned the expedition to explore the Louisiana country ever since 1802. He had put aside his principles because this type of thing was not mentioned in the Constitution. If he waited for the constitutional amendment, the deal could have fallen through. But Thomas Jefferson decided to purchase with the support of the American people. He had to move quickly because he realized that Spain signed a secret treaty with France in 1801, ceding Louisiana to France, which means that France would have power over Louisiana. This made France pose a threat, saying if America didn't purchase New Orleans from France, it would lead to war. The Lewis and Clark expedition took around 3 years to get there and back. Lewis was in charge of leading the expedition, and he asked his old friend Clark to help him. The journey would have been much worse if they didn't have the Native Americans to help them find food, learn to survive, and help them through the terrain. With this, they averaged about 15 miles per day. From this expedition, they found many new species of animals, plants, and also new very fertile land.
Zebulon Pike. Pike was one explorer that traveled west. Lewis and Clark explored the northern part of the Louisiana Purchase. Zebulon Pike left St. Louis in 1806 to go on a south route. His mission was to find sources in Arkansas and the Red Rivers. The Red River formed a boundary between the Spanish territory and the Louisiana Territory. Pike headed westward across the Great Plains with his party of 24 men. They reached the Arkansas River and followed it toward the Rocky Mountains. Pike spied on the Rocky Mountains peak from 150 miles away. This would later be named Pike's Peak. They went south hoping they would run into the Red River, but instead they ran into Rio Grande, which was the Spanish territory. They were arrested by Spanish troops. They returned to the United States once they were released by Spanish troops in 1807. How this relates to Manifest Destiny. The Louisiana Purchase stretched out through the west, and Manifest Destiny was on a route through the west. Lewis and Clark were on a mission to explore the new land to find new geography and different animals. Manifest Destiny relates to this because most of the people that were there were gold miners and farmers, which gave them the opportunity to find new things too.
Did you know when they got to the ocean was the first time a man of color and a woman voted? Louisiana Purchase cost about 3 cents per acre. Also, America almost went to war with Spain because of the purchase.